music to start off. The percussion is real. Spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map. To my surprise, down 1 in the series for this best of 3 in the losers bracket. It's the blue Terran player, Samsung Galaxy's Reality.
In the top right, as the red Terran, it's aLive.
I am curious if maybe there's some priority, like the Legacy of the Void music always gets queued first or something for the soundtrack in the background.
No, because you complained about being stuck with that like Terran music first.
That's true. Actually, I forgot about that. Just most of the time we get the really epic start, which is nice.
Yeah.
I do want to quickly go over bets, though. It's been requested in chat a couple times. Reality with 8,000 Partoofs on him. Live, though, with barely 1,500. So this kind of happened last time. He was the underdog versus who he was fighting before. Maybe he'll be able to pull this off. I don't know.
Maybe. I think it might look a lot like... Well, we'll see in about 3 minutes. But remember that epic game? Who was it? Where, like, the first game was epic, but the next 2 games was, like, really disappointing?
Oh, that was that Reality? No. It's
right?
in the winners bracket. I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember which 2 Terrans, because we've been casting only Terrans today. Normally you can differentiate and be like, oh yeah, the one ZVZ that had solar in it, you know?
Yeah, so I can't remember that, but it was like, you remember, you guys know what we're talking about. Like, the first game was epic, and like the first game they expected to win 1, and then the next 2 games... Was it Young and Journey?
Beyond and Journey.
Okay, Beyond, that's what's... Okay, yes. Yes, you're right. So yeah, Journey won the first game, and the next 2 games were really lame. That might happen here, is all I'm saying. Because aLive, again, I don't think is the better TvT player or the more experienced TvT player in Legacy of the Void, but funky things happen when you play a funky game, you know? Regardless of how experienced you are in general, when the game gets weird and funky, there's not a lot of experience for either player, so... Oh, well, screw your supply depots.
That depot metagaming, though, right? That's kind of cool. Didn't really stop this too much, but did make that second Reaper kind of go like, what the hell? Also, so I was looking at this earlier. Have you checked out, is there like a bug with the Team Liquid calendar?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Every time I click on it, it expands and then just disappears. Maybe this is my end. I know I've had some troubles with Team Liquid before on the site.
I don't really ever press the calendar button, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So no, it doesn't do it to me, though, when I do it.
Reapers do get here to the main. 2 Reapers can actually take on the Hellion pretty nicely. That's why a couple SUVs are going to have to get pulled. 2 grenades at a time, something nasty to deal with. A live focus on the other side of the map, though this drop is way more dangerous than 2 Reapers. Reality, not like this, man. Not like this. If these Hellions all go down, that's pretty much game. The medevac was hoping to pick some up. We do have the SUVs pulled into 2 more Hellions spawning in just a second, but looks like it's a little bit too late, question mark? His Reapers did get a considerable amount of damage done on the other side of the field, but hardly the 20 workers he got lost at home.
Holy smokes. He's only down by 4, so as long as he doesn't take any more damage, he could still have a recoverable game, but it's obviously not great. I mean, he was up 20 workers, jeez.
Yeah. aLive. God, what a beast. That's all I can say, what a beast.
Did not expect this from this guy. One thing though, while aLive did some really nice damage, no arguing that, he stalled out aLive's natural command center for about 30 seconds there, as he's only just now going down. In fact, too many of them. They're on like auto repair or something, auto follow. I don't even know. And he still doesn't have that much of a worker lead. Now, no worker lead. So
just a quick little touch up here on the bot being broken. So when the bot does this, and I don't know, this seems to be a Twitch IRC side issue. The bot doesn't actually break, and I don't restart it, so you don't lose bets or anything like this, or whatnot, but for some reason it just stops displaying the chat. Like, I can look at the bot right now and I can see it responding to people, but it's not showing up actually live in Twitch chat for whatever reason. So I'm assuming it's just like an IRC bug with client or something. Either way, bot's back online now, should be working, should be good to go. Medevac boosting across the map with 3 Hellions, hoping to get some kills, but there's actually not many, if any, SCVs over here, and this kind of explains why aLive was so far behind in workers. His command center so late to the party.
yeah, The 21 workers he killed was a necessity for him. 15 probably would have done it too, but 21 was nicer.
Ooh, this pickup micro with the Hellions is quite nice. Can net him 1 worker kill.
Yeah, totally worth.
Well, despite this groovy dancing going on, the income for reality was spiking so damn high earlier, but it's been somewhat evened out, and of course looking not so bad for aLive right now. It's pretty much just mules trading up for the time being. Cloak Banshee somewhat limited on what it can do. If reality wants to scan, it's going to cost him another mule.
aLive did get a pretty quick third command center to kind of make up for his later natural, and that it will be kicking in soon as the orbital finishes up. Also gonna have faster stim. Getting a couple more worker kills. Across the map. 2 drops. And
ooh, I like this. So I know he's not the first one to come up with it, but I always see this as like the DeMuslim drop, right? Because it was like mid-hots when DeMuslim was getting so many good games off of this drop in particular. 2 tanks and 8 Marines, well, 2 tanks, 7 Marines in this case. So very deadly and so very strong.
Especially unscouted and plenty of room to maneuver to get behind those mineral lines without being interrupted. A tank is sort of in position, so it gets a couple of shots in that tank. But there you go, just reposition it. Auto turrets come down, very helpful for aLive to break his position.
Also do
still
a
not
lot of
breaking
damage.
It yet.
Picks up that other tank, but does lose it still nonetheless. Looks like aLive's gonna hold this.
Not really a great drop, to be honest. Very calm defense from aLive. Really helped that he already had 1, then 2 tanks in position. Not many SCVs went down either, so
the auto turret was so pivotal for that defense. It made such a big deal having only 1 tank firing instead of 2.
It's true. In reality, really didn't buy that much time for his own 3rd command center, which is still less than halfway done. No engineering base. Oh, I think he has 1 engineering base, but he's not using it.
So
aLive is kind of taking a lead.
We've cast several best of 3s at this point, and of course everything today has been TvT. I want to get your opinion in chat, guys. I'm not going to do a straw poll. I want to see some bloody chat spam. I want to see, what do you think, Sanrio? Should we do emotes or numbers for this?
Emotes.
Okay, guys, if you're digging TvT, go ahead and drop a kappa in chat for me. How do I get to observer chat? Oh my god. It's impossible to get to observer chat nowadays. And if you're not enjoying TvT, if you're like, you know what, this is lame and not what I was hoping it would be, let's see some frankers in chat, all right? So kappa for loving the TvT, some frankers for not digging it. Let's see what we get here. Dear mods, forgive me in advance.
Not gonna go out at all.
Well, in fairness, actually, it's your fault for saying the emotes. Spamming 1s, whatever.
That still would not have gone well. A lot of 69s in that chat after that.
69 hype.
So, I said that aLive is like getting into a lead, and it really isn't showing in the numbers quite yet, but he does have that fast 3rd command center. He's gonna start getting a little bit ahead in SCVs, and his army supply should start reflecting a little bit of boost of economy. He also just has better upgrades, and actually will have combat shields as well, which would be a very big deal in Marine fights.
Well, big drops for both players. I'm liking that reality already has his tanks pre-sieged in these drops, but unfortunately, I think aLive's just got a little bit more power coming. 1 medevac going towards the natural base. Okay, it's gonna kill some SCVs, and that's harass, but aLive's not looking for harass. aLive's looking for some game-ending damage.
Yeah, dead. But the thing, reality is so far across the map that his only real choice is to go ahead and counterattack, and he stands as nothing is there, so he shouldn't have any weight on doing that.
So a bit of a oh my god, BaseTradeTvT, literally.
Literally.
Oh my god, we've never been able to say that so perfectly.
No, we have not. aLive is already in the production where reality really isn't. He just denied a 3rd base and killed some SCVs.
aLive's actually protecting his production right now. And I gotta tell you, if you told me aLive was gonna knock reality out of a double elimination tournament, I would never believe you. I would call you a liar.
I think aLive looked a lot more impressive these past 2 games he did in that last series, though. So I don't really mind. He did smoothen things out and clean everything up from the series versus Jachi. I mean, sure, the first game between these two were like weird, so saying smooth and out is not really the appropriate term for that. But this game was a very solid macro game.
Well, GG gets called, and aLive will knock Reality out of the tournament with a 2-0 here in the losers bracket semifinals. He'll go on to fight against Journey next for that last possible spot in the BaseTradeTvT Korean qualifiers. It breaks my heart to see a